he's showing you that he's that once in a generation player. This is the Luka that every year we believe has a chance at the MVP, and that's what makes Luka so special. I was in Houston last night. Denver, they beat. They go and win 2 games in Houston. I thought this was a throwaway game. I was like, there's no way. All of these guys show up at 5 in the morning and they gut out a victory because of a majestic performance by Luka Dončić.
They've been one of the hottest teams in the league lately, winning 12 of their last 13 games and putting together an impressive 9-game winning streak. With confidence at an all-time high and momentum firmly on their side, they consistently found ways to win, proving they are a team nobody wants to face right now.
3 wins and 2 ties. Marcus Smart looking. Kennard to win the game. Yes! Yes! Yes!
And look, I understand the skepticism. We saw something similar from the Lakers last season. They got hot heading into the playoffs. Everyone started buying in, and then Minnesota sent them home in the first round. So naturally, the question is, what's different this time? The reason I'm paying attention is because I spent most of this season questioning this team myself. I've questioned the chemistry. I've questioned the fit. I've even questioned whether having LeBron in the starting lineup was actually maximizing what this roster could be. So when I say this team looks different, that's not me jumping on the bandwagon or suddenly declaring them title favorites. It's simply me looking at the evidence and admitting that maybe there's more substance here than I originally gave them credit for. Because when you break down these last 13 games, 3 things immediately stand out. There's been a major sacrifice at the top of the roster that almost never happens with superstar players. There's been a defensive transformation that isn't getting nearly enough attention. And then there's Luka Dončić, who is playing at a level that people are going to remember for a very long time. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this version of the Lakers feels fundamentally different from the teams we've seen in previous years. Not necessarily because the roster changed, but because the things that matter most in May and June have finally started to fall into place. To understand how they got here, though, we have to go back to February 22nd. The Lakers had just been embarrassed by the Celtics in a 111-89 blowout. After the game, Luka sat in front of the media and said, "I think you see we're not there yet. Like I said, we're working on it, but there should be big potential about us 3 playing together." At the time, most people viewed that quote as damage control after a tough loss. But looking back, it may have been the most important thing anyone said about this team all season. Because the Lakers' biggest problem was never talent. They had plenty of talent. The real issue was clarity. LeBron James, Luka Dončić, and Austin Reeves are all players capable of running an offense. All 3 are most comfortable with the ball in their hands. And for much of the season, there wasn't a clear hierarchy. Possessions felt shared rather than organized. Luka would sometimes defer when he should have been controlling the game. LeBron would naturally take over stretches that prevented Luka from finding a rhythm against elite defenses. The result was a talented team that never fully knew whose turn it was. And in the NBA, especially against great teams, that kind of uncertainty can be fatal. The numbers backed it up too. Before the All-Star break, the Lakers ranked just 23rd in defensive rating, allowing 116.6 points per 100 possessions. For a team with championship aspirations, that simply wasn't good enough.
But I will say one thing. Look at Luka right here. It's okay, Luka, to move your feet a little bit over and help out.
At that point, the Lakers were 12-17 against teams above .500. They had issues on both ends of the floor, and more importantly, they still didn't have a clear identity. Then everything changed. In early March, LeBron James missed 3 games with an injury, and the Lakers went 3-0 without him. I'll be honest, I made a video at the time leaning into the whole "the Lakers are better without LeBron" narrative. Looking back, I think there was some truth in what I was seeing, but I framed it the wrong way. The Lakers weren't better without LeBron. They were better without the version of LeBron they had been relying on. For most of the season, he was operating as a high-usage creator, handling the ball constantly and initiating offense in the half-court. The problem was that Luka Dončić was already the team's best offensive engine. Instead of complementing each other, their responsibilities often overlapped. But when LeBron returned against Chicago, something was noticeably different. He wasn't forcing the action anymore. He embraced a completely new role. He became the screener in pick-and-rolls, rolled hard to the rim, spaced out to the corner, and let Luka control the offense. He started generating opportunities off Luka's gravity rather than creating everything himself. Whether it was finishing in transition, making the extra pass from the dunker spot, or exploiting defensive rotations, he looked fully committed to doing whatever the team needed. And the results have been incredible. Over his last 6 games, LeBron has averaged 19 points per game on an absurd 65% true shooting percentage. Against Houston, he went 13 for 14 from the field. Then, less than 24 hours later on the second night of a back-to-back against Miami, he posted a triple-double with 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. What stood out wasn't just a stat line, it was how he got those numbers. Every assist came within the flow of the offense, reading the defense, making the right pass, and playing within his role. That's not something superstars usually do this late in their careers. Around the same time, LeBron also became the NBA's all-time leader in regular season games played, surpassing Robert Parrish with game number 1,612. Think about that for a second. At 41 years old, after spending 2 decades as a focal point of every team he's ever been on, he's willingly reinventing himself. After the Miami game, he addressed a better without LeBron narrative directly, saying it makes for a better headline. And honestly, he's right. The reality is much more interesting. This isn't about the Lakers being better without LeBron. It's about LeBron changing his game for the benefit of the team. The all-time leading scorer in NBA history accepted becoming the third option, and then proceeded to become one of the most effective third options in basketball. That's an incredibly rare level of sacrifice, and it's the first major reason why this Lakers team feels different from previous versions. But that's only part of the story. Let me ask you this. If I asked who's been the most important player during this stretch, most people would immediately say Luka. Some would say Austin Reeves. Both are understandable answers. But the name that should be getting far more attention is Marcus Smart. Because while Luka drives the offense, Smart is the guy setting the tone for everything else. He brings relentless energy every single night, and for the first time all season, the rest of the roster is starting to follow his lead on the defensive end.
As Gordon comes up with it, Smart with the steal, Marcus Smart goes inside, lays it up and in, and the Lakers regain the...
The offense was never really the problem. When you have players like Luka Dončić, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves, you're going to score points. Stars get buckets. The problem was what happened on the other end of the floor. Every time the Lakers found themselves in a close game and desperately needed a stop, they couldn't get one. Before the All-Star break, they ranked 23rd in defensive rating. And to put that into perspective, there were teams actively tanking that were defending at a higher level than the Lakers were. That's how bad things had gotten. Then Marcus Smart arrived and everything started to change. Smart isn't the biggest player on the floor at just 6'3", but every night he's taking on the toughest perimeter assignment available. He picks players up early, gets into their jersey, fights over every screen, and makes every possession feel exhausting. It's the kind of impact that doesn't always show up in the box score. Anthony Edwards managed just 14 points on 2 of 15 shooting against the Lakers, the least efficient shooting performance of a career in any game where he attempted more than 11 shots. Jamal Murray went 1 for 14 against them in Denver. Kevin Durant was held below his usual standards in back-to-back matchups. Different stars, different games, same common denominator, Marcus Smart. During this stretch, he's averaging 2 steals per game, and when he's on the court, the Lakers own a 111.7 defensive rating, a number that would rank among the league's elite defenses. The game that perfectly captured his value came in an overtime win against Denver. Earlier in the season, the Nuggets beat the Lakers after Smart missed a potential game winner. This time, he responded with 21 points, 5 steals, and a team best plus 16. Then, with less than 30 seconds remaining in overtime, he buried a clutch three-pointer that put the Lakers ahead for good. After the game, Smart summed up the team's mentality perfectly. "We're tired of hearing people talk," he said. And honestly, they are playing like a group with something to prove. The numbers support it too. Since the All-Star break, the Lakers have climbed from 23rd to 12th in defensive rating, now allowing just 113 points per 100 possessions. That's not a small improvement. That's a complete defensive turnaround. More importantly, it's a sign of a team developing an identity. One player set the standard, and eventually everyone else followed. The defense improved, And naturally, the offense started benefiting as well. Earlier in the season, the Lakers would generate open looks and fail to capitalize. Now, with Smart, Austin Reeves, Luke Kennard, and LeBron all thriving off the ball and knocking down catch-and-shoot opportunities, they've quietly become one of the league's best three-point shooting teams. The formula is simple. Get stops, run in transition, create open looks, knock them down, and repeat. Once that cycle starts working consistently, teams become incredibly difficult to beat. That's the second reason this Lakers team feels fundamentally different. And while we're handing out credit, we need to spend a moment talking about JJ Redick. Remember, this is only his second season as an NBA head coach. When the Lakers hired him, much of the basketball world viewed him as a podcast and analyst who had skipped the traditional coaching path. There were plenty of people questioning whether he was qualified for the job. Fast forward to today, and has done something impressive. He has helped build a legitimate defensive identity, convince LeBron James to embrace a reduced offensive role, and establish Luka Dončić as the clear offensive centerpiece of the team. That might sound straightforward, but it's incredibly difficult in practice. NBA history is filled with experienced coaches who knew exactly how their team should function, but couldn't get their stars to fully buy in. Redick not only had the vision, he got everyone to commit to it. And that may be one of the biggest reasons why this version of the Lakers suddenly looks so dangerous. JJ Redick deserves a ton of credit for what this Lakers team has become. In just his second season as an NBA head coach, he managed to get 3 star players to embrace sacrifice, establish a clear hierarchy with Luka Dončić as the offensive engine, convince LeBron James to thrive in a reduced role, and help transform a team that lacked identity into one with a genuine structure on both ends of the floor. That structure has unlocked the best version of Luka we've seen all season. During the Lakers' 9-game winning streak, he's averaging 40 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 7.4 assists while shooting 50% from the field and 40% from 3, consistently adapting his game to whatever defenses throw at him. More importantly, the Lakers are no longer completely dependent on his scoring. With LeBron embracing his role, Austin Reeves providing secondary playmaking, Marcus Smart anchoring the defense, and the supporting cast knocking down open shots, this team has finally developed the balance and identity that championship contenders need. That's why this run feels different from previous years. Not because the roster is more talented, but because everyone finally understands exactly what their job is.